Hey people, wait, let me fix the volume a little bit. Hey people, welcome back to my original Tsukihime stream, and we're gonna be continuing our read-through of Akiha's route. I'm honestly tempted to switch to Kokaku's, but I really want to give justice to the far side routes. No, actually, I still have. Oh man, I still want to go to Akiha's route, but I really want to go to Kokaku's after. Am I skipping Hisui? I have a feeling I would, but Hisui's route is very, adds the emotional weight that got me to like Kokaku's route in the first place. It really got me motivated for Kokaku's route, so I might actually do Hisui. You know what? Let me do the far side routes in order. But I think how do I do Hisui's route without prop? I'm trying to figure out what scenes I'm gonna be skipping once I start Hisui's route, because Akiha's route I'm not skipping a single scene, but there's gonna be a lot of repeated content. But I guess I'll leave that to my own judgment. Whatever, man. Let's get started. And we had to see Kokaku first, right? We just had to see Kokaku. Oh, okay. Now I remember where we ended off. So when we last played, when we last read, it was the box containing I actually forgot the name of the knife, but basically it's the knife. I think the knife. I'm not sure if the Aramas actually had the knife or Tonomi Giza, but the mere fact that Kokaku is giving it, I have a feeling it's related to her plot, but I don't know. I get it. You want to know what's inside, right? Oh, not at all. I merely wonder for a moment. Like I said, you do wonder what's inside. Alright, let's open it. 1, 2, 3. With a dry sound, the wooden box opens. Inside, there is a 10-centimeter bar of a thin iron. It's an iron bar, undecorated and worn. It has finger marks all over it. The old man must have really hated me to leave me a piece of junk like this. No, Shiki-san. It's a fruit knife. The mere fact that Kokaku knows what it is. Unless she opened it before actually giving it a Shiki, but I have no idea, man. Let's just go on for the ride. Kokaku-san takes the iron bar. He still calls it the iron bar. The iron bar out of the box. See? It isn't one of those folding. Is it one of those folding knives? 1, 2, 3. With the sound of a sliding metal, a 10-centimeter blade pops out the bar. I see. It certainly is a knife. It's old, but it seemed pretty solid. The era it was made, it is written on the back. Kokaku-san replaces the blade and hands over the knife. Certainly, there's a number written on the grip. The character 7, and underneath the character Knight. What's Knight in Japanese? Nana. And 7's Nana, but what's Knight? Oh man. Wayne Nihongo is bad. Anyway. Listen, there is no era by that name. It just says Nana Suyoru. Oh, there you go. Suyoru? Suyoru is the knight? Ah! I turned around in surprise. Hisui, who has been silent until now, was looking at the knight over my shoulder. You surprise me, Hisui. You should say something. You don't have to look over my shoulder like that, you know. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Hisui, she's become faintly red. Please, excuse me. That knife is so beautiful that I could not help myself. Beautiful? You really think it's beautiful? It looks kind of beat up to me. Not at all. The tempering of the blade is masterful. I think it is a knife with its own proper history. Really? It looks to me like a piece of junk. But since Hisui seems so convinced, I begin to feel the same thing. In its own way, I guess it's not so bad. It's not such a bad inheritance. 7 nights. Maybe that's the name of this fruit knife. I like how Kokaku just calls it a fruit knife. It's a knife literally made for murder, but she just calls it a fruit knife. Okay. Maybe. Though, I can't imagine him naming a knife like that. Whatever the case may be, it's obvious that it's an antique. Well, in any case, I believe in taking what's given to me. I replaced the blade and put the knife in my trouser pocket. He's going to school with a knife! At least he wasn't given a gun. Anyway. Shiki-sama, have you enough time? I have to get going. Well, Kohaku-san, thanks for the delivery. Kokaku smiles and waves me off. I come out to the gates. Hisui follows in silence. Hisui, you're seeing me off? Hisui nods wordlessly. Shiki-sama, what time shall we expect your return? It seems Hisui will continue to use Sama to the bitter end. Well, if I take my time to argue it now, I'll be late for school. I'll complain about the honorific later. Shiki-sama? Yeah. Probably around 4 o'clock, I think. 4 o'clock? That's so early. I mean, when I try to think about my high school, yeah, school ends, high school ends, the classes end from Monday to Thursday until 4, and Friday it's 2. What the hell? I don't do any club activities. When I don't hang around with Arihiko, I usually get back pretty early in the evening. Yusui bows deeply at my random estimate. I understand. Please take care on the way. I'm not sure what to take care about, but she's probably just worried about my health. Yeah, thanks. You too, Hisui. I turn to goodwill with good intentions. With an energetic wave of the hand at Hisui, I lead the gates of the mansion behind. I go down the hill. Since I've attended school from the Arama's house up until now, this is my first time taking this route. Not many from our school. Apparently, there are not many people from my school who live around here. 7:30 in the morning. I can't see anyone running along the streets in the school uniform except me. Slowly, I begin to see some people in school uniforms intermingled with the crowd. This is around where the road to school begins. Where's Yumizuka-san? Well, I'm not going to be that lucky. I recall the smiling face of the classmate who departed here yesterday, saying, "My house is this way." Oh yeah, that was just yesterday. It's only been a night, right? So of course he's still, you know, he has a little mini crush at Sachin. As I think of Yumizuka Satsuki in my classroom, my pace quickens a little, and I hurry towards the classroom. Yeah, but she's outright a vampire at this point. I leave the residential area and reach the crossroads. The gates will be closed in about 10 minutes. I start to run across the asphalt. I made it. It seems like it took 20 minutes rather than 30 from the mansion. I'll need to leave around 7 if I want to go slowly, since I ran several times on the way. When I get to the classroom, I notice the air is buzzing. Although the classroom in the morning is always noisy, there's something different about the noise today. I walk to my desk by the window. Arihiko is waiting there sullenly. Arihiko, did something happen? Dunno. It's nothing big. There's a rumor that someone in class ran away from home. Ah, that's what all the fuzz is about then? I sit down at my desk with a sigh. What do you mean, nothing big? Who ran away? Who? How should I know? But we'll know when homeroom starts. Whoever's seating is vacant, they must be the one who ran away from home. Ah, that's true. It's true, but Arihiko's attitude seems a little dry. If one of our classmates really ran away from home, I think it's a bit much to just ignore it as someone else's problem. Arihiko? Aren't you being insensitive? One of our classmates ran away from home. Aren't you worried? Huh? You're the only one who's seriously worried, dumbass. Everyone's talking about it because it's an interesting thing to talk about. It's not like as if you and I had to run away from home, so there's no need to worry, is there? Now I remember, this guy's cold like that to everyone except to his friends. Though, I guess I'm a bit worried. Running away from home at a time like this didn't have to be really brave or really... At a time like this? What kind of time is that? I told you yesterday, Tono. There's a serial killer going around the streets right now. I don't know who ran away from home, but they'll have no excuse if they got attacked by him while living on the streets. Can't be. There's no way that happened. Tono, you should watch TV more. There's been 8 victims already, and he doesn't discriminate. You'd better think again if you think you're safe. The town's empty at night nowadays. The only people who go out are drunkards and policemen, which is why it's so boring. Arihiko's voice is so very serious. Hearing it, I begin to feel uneasy. Oh, Kuni Fuji's here. It's homeroom at last. Arihiko returns to his seat. Ah, he's going to class today. After a while, everyone is seated. Only one seat is empty. There's no mistaking it. The desk of Yumizuka Satsuki is empty. Oh shit! Well, my house is this way. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow. Well, someone didn't go to school. Well, well. Alright. Yumizuka said, when we parted yesterday, I don't know what happened at school, but I can't see her making that smiling face before running away. Yumizuka is absent. Yumizuka Satsuki is merely treated as absent as attendance is taken. As if nothing is amiss, homeroom proceeds. Ooh, this is a... Oh. Okay, let me do this. I asked Yumizuka about Yumizuka Satsuki. I know Yumizuka was smiling yesterday. I didn't think she could make such a face and say bye-bye, then run away from home. Sensei, what is it, Tono? Question? Yes. Is it true that the student in our class ran away from home? Instantly, the air in the classroom solidifies. He frowns, and then with a different expression, he bows his head in assent. Yes, that's what we heard from Yumizuka Satsuki's parents. Yumizuka didn't come home last night, but they've been searching, and I'm sure they already found her. Saying so, he departs. He just leaves? What the hell? Isn't that like... Isn't that like... Isn't that like, fuck it? Isn't that like the statement? It's basically, fuck it, I don't have to get time with this bullshit, bro. I have a bad feeling about this. It's really heavy. A terrible feeling as if my body is tied down to this chair. I still feel down when lunchtime arrives. While the news of Yumizuka Satsuki running away from home was shocking, it seems it wasn't a topic that could last forever. The classroom is just like as always, and it seemed like I'm the only one troubled by our absent classmate. Well, there goes your Satsuki route. Tono, let's go get lunch. That's okay. I don't really feel like it. I guess it can't be helped. Don't be troubled with other people's problems too much. Other people's problems, huh? Haruhiko's words are too close to the truth. You're not with Inoue-kun today? Senpai? What are you doing in our classroom? Well, I thought I'd have lunch with you guys, Tono-kun. Aren't you going to eat something? Senpai sits down on the desk, looking at me anxiously. Nah, I just don't seem to have any appetite today. Ah, are you not feeling well? Something like that. Don't worry about me. You go on to the dining hall. Haruhiko's probably already there. Oh, you're not energetic at all. I don't know what happened, but if you don't eat lunch, you'll just feel even worse. That's true. But since I'm not hungry, there's not a lot I can do. Alright, I'll take you somewhere special. It's really a secret, but you're special, Tono-kun. Why is Shelby like this? Why is she using such tactics, man? With that, she grabs my arm and pulls me out of the chair. Shell Senpai takes me to an unused classroom in the so suspicious. In a very unused classroom in the very corner of the school building. Huh? This is the Japanese style room, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's the tea ceremony club thing. That's right. It's very relaxing since no one else is here. Well, that's true, but is this place locked, Senpai? Yes. It's usually only open to the members of the tea ceremony club, so normal students can't get in. Saying so, she takes out a key out of her pocket. Oh, are you in the tea ceremony club, Senpai? Oh, bro, use your brain. Yes. Well, actually, I'm the only member. With a laugh, Senpai goes into the Japanese-style room. The inside of the room feels special, as if it's not part of the school. The sensation with the tatami and the sunlight through the windows feel very relaxing. As I said earlier, I'm the only member of the tea club. Thanks to that, I can use this room freely during lunchtime and after class. Here. Laughing, Senpai lays down cushions. I'll make some tea now, so please wait right there, Tono-kun. Senpai heads towards the sink to prepare a little tea. There's no point in standing around, so I do as I am told and sit down on the cushion. Perhaps it was the magic of Japanese style. It was the magic of the Japanese style room. The chaotic meal storm that had been raging in my chest calms down, and now I can finally begin to think calmly about what has happened with Yumizuka. Thanks for waiting. Here you go. Here you are. Now, let's have some lunch. Actually, I have some things to ask you, so it's just as well as we're having lunch here. You have something to talk to me about? Puzzled, I drink the tea I'm offered. As if I'm in the Japanese style room, my posture reflexively straightens and my mind has become tranquil. Is that how it works? Although I have no connection to it, the Arima family has a tea ceremony school. Perhaps it was because I've been raised in that kind of environment that I feel more at ease in the Japanese style room than a Western style one. Senpai looks at me with a troubled expression. What's wrong, Senpai? You look a bit worried. Huh? I was just a little surprised at how calm you were about all this, Toto-kun. Really? Well, my family is a strict one, so I'm used to these kinds of things. More importantly, Senpai, didn't you have something you wanted to talk to me about? I do. The continuation of what we were talking about earlier. Uh, what were we talking about earlier? You mean about my family? Senpai nods to indicate a yes. If you don't mind, I would like to hear more about it. I was curious about it since we stopped halfway. It's not that I mind, but hearing about my family isn't very interesting. It'd be a waste of time. I don't mind if it's not interesting. I just want to hear about it. You sure are eccentric, Senpai. Maybe I am. Senpai laughs. Alright then, let's continue from before. You said you moved out. Sorry, I can't figure out now Shiki or the shell. I'm doing the voice thing, man. Let me do immersion, okay? Let me do immersion. You said you moved to your home. What do you mean by that? Senpai asked, full of curiosity. Well, the conversation back then must have been pretty fragmented for Senpai since she didn't know any of my circumstances. Let's see. Basically, I'm a guy who's disinherited. I was seriously injured after getting caught in a traffic accident when I was 9 years old. The injuries themselves somehow healed, but after that I easily collapsed from anemia and threw up my food. That's why I was entrusted to my relatives, the Aramas, while I recuperated. So in other words, the Aramas have been your family's parents who raised you since you were 9, right? That's right. I knew my old man hated me for some reason, and that once I was entrusted to the Aramas, I would never go back home. Go back to the Toto mansion, that is. That's why, well, I thought I'd just continue to live as the son of the Aramas forever. And that's what I thought, but my old man kicked the bucket recently. That's when they told me to return to the mansion now that my old man is no longer here, and I finally agreed. And that pretty much is my domestic situation. I am a story like that. Shale Senpai gives it a little nod silently. May I ask just one thing? Sure, if I can answer it. Go ahead. Alright, then I'll ask. Did you dislike your previous family? My previous family? The Aramas who had raised me as my parents? My mother and father who weren't my real parents? And the unfamiliar building which without a doubt was the home to strangers? But completely, regardless of that, no, I liked them. They were people who didn't care that I wasn't related to them by blood. They were so warm to me that I felt bad about being depressed all by myself. And for them to love me no matter what, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was loved by these people. That's why soon, even one day sooner, I had to truly become family to them. I had been telling myself these words since I was young. Since a very, very long time ago. Over and over I swore till I would practically pass out. Just like Arihiko said, I didn't have a single complaint about the Arima family. They treated me well and I think I responded to their affection too. Between us, even though I knew we were just playing at being family, even if it was just an act, I didn't feel any pain. No. I was happy instead. In a way, I had considered the Arima parents and me to be the ideal nuclear family. But it was no good, wasn't it? Yeah. Despite everything, there was a line I couldn't cross. This isn't your real family. No matter what I did, I couldn't get those words out of my head. I knew I should have been ignoring it, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't know if you'd call it a childhood experience, but it had already become like a curse to me. Somehow, no matter where I was, I felt like a stranger to my family. Senpai is silent. Avoiding my gaze, she hurdles to my shoulders apologetically. See? It was boring after all, right? That's why I said it would be a waste of time. No, that's not true. It was a very meaningful story. Saying that, Senpai begins to eat her own lunch. I follow her example and start nibbling off the bread I brought. Thanks to my conversation with Senpai, my appetite has returned. Despite that, I still couldn't finish half of it. So, Tono-kun, is anything troubling you right now? Why that, all of a sudden? I don't have any worries in particular. Then, I suppose the reason you aren't eating much must be because of your health. Senpai stares at me. Somehow her gaze feels very penetrating. She's trying to figure out if, he's inverting anytime soon. That's her job as a executioner anyway. Sorry, I was checking out something really quickly. Sorry, I had to throw my phone so I wouldn't be distracted. It feels difficult to remain silent under a gaze like that. I don't have any worries, but Senpai, what do you think of the recent killings? I kind of puts it with a suspicious light. I can't help but ask. The stories about my classmate who hasn't returned home won't leave my mind. Killings? Oh, you mean the business about the vampires? Yes. There's already 8 victims, right? I haven't caught the news lately, so I'm not too sure about the subject. Do you know anything, Senpai? Well, I know as much as anyone else, but no, not the details. It's just that the word vampires has chills down my spine. Ah, you mean how it seems the victims had their blood drained? Strange, isn't it? I wonder what it could mean. Who knows? It's impossible to know how such people think. That's rich coming from Shell. But I wonder why they nicknamed him the vampire. What an odd question. Well, isn't it because the blood was drained from the bodies? It'd only be natural to call them vampires, wouldn't it? Do you know the folklore about vampires, Tono? Alright, here we go, eccentric person who is actually a part of the church. Suddenly breaking a smile. I love how the music totally just goes like this. Senpai asks an even stranger question. Vampire folklore? You mean how people who had their blood sucked by vampires become vampires themselves? Yes. If that was true, there shouldn't be any bodies left, right? Suppose some vampire was the killer. There'll be no bodies, Tono-kun. I see. That's true, but it's just a nickname, isn't it? Do you really believe in vampires, Senpai? Not at all. After all, the fact that the bodies are there show that it isn't a vampire, right? Smiling, Senpai gives her reply, seeming light off the point. That kind of puts you suspicious, Shell. I mean, I already know, but in Shingi's perspective, it's like, what the fuck is she talking about? How does she... But couldn't we also think of this way? Maybe the victims whose bodies have been found dead because they couldn't become vampires. Perhaps there are those who can be turned and those who can't. People who can become vampires will have their corpses found even if they were attacked by vampires. Because even now, they're still alive out there somewhere. But those who can't become vampires just die, so their bodies wind up being found. Well, that's... Senpai is still smiling. I know it's only a joke, but I'm having a difficulty laughing it off. Maybe Shiki's right about this, though. I like how she deflects the topic by just being like, She really tried her best to change the topic because he got really close to something like that. Isn't that what happens? Not everyone turns into vampires. It's some weird genetic thing, I think. I can't remember the exact specifics anymore, but oh man, I forgot the meter science stuff anymore. I mean the shell stuff at least. I mean, I had to bother with it once the remake translates it again. I don't want to go through it through the original because the original version sucks ass. It's the worst route of all the routes in the original. Anyway, oh, I'm just joking. It'll be some kind of horror story that were really true. I don't like scary stories, so please don't ask me things like that. What the fuck, Shell? Stop making that shit. What? It looked to me like you were really getting into it, senpai. Yes, I don't like scary stories, but I do like scaring you, Tono. What kind of bullshit is this? Did I do something to make her bear a grudge against me? But all jokes aside, Tono-kun, lately the streets have become dangerous at night. You mustn't go out, even though you are energetic. You are an energetic young man. Senpai gives me a warning. That sounds like a joke. I can't tell how serious she is. Lunch break ends, and the fifth period starts. The lesson on the classics goes in one ear and out the other. Yeah. Well, my house is this way. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow. That's what Yumizuka said. She wouldn't say that and run away from home. I have a bad feeling about this. The killer who wanders the town at night. It's dangerous to go out at night, the word senpai said. Perhaps it was because of that red scenery surrounding us when we parted. Suddenly a vision of Yumizuka's Satsuki soaked in blood appears before my eyes. It happens suddenly. My vision goes white and my sense of balance reels. My field of vision lurches. Something lurches in the back of my head. My consciousness feels heavy. This isn't a Naya thing, right? This is bad. I know this feeling. Sudden dizziness prior to an anemic attack. Wait, so I can't tell if the anemic attack is either is the Naya thing going on or it's like Akiha having a stressful day. It's probably both. The blood accumulated in the brain's blood vessels become a black lump, making my head sway, and my vision will go pitch black. It feels as if the blackness is pushing its way out of my brain into my eyeballs. This is bad. I haven't been collapsing during class lately. Red. Is it because of Yumizuka's blood red image is too fresh in my mind? My vision distorts. As darkness envelops it, I somehow grab onto my desk. But it's useless. There's no strength in my fingers. I fall towards the floor. As I do, I remember her words. These words. Tono-kun, help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? I told you. That's impossible. Whatever you may think of me, I'm not Superman. Sorry for dragging you along with me, Arihiko. Yeah. I'm used to you collapsing without warning like that. Honestly, sleeping the infirmary up until to the very last minute? Just who do you think you are? You should have woken me up. There's nothing conscientious about letting me sleep until they lock us in the building. Shut up! You think I'm going to wake up a sick person? You just collapsed then. Come on, we need to get back. It's already 7, you know. Arihiko walks down the corridor. After that, I collapsed from the anemia and I was left to sleep in the infirmary. Time passed until school lockup time in 6:30 when I was woken by Arihiko's punch. And so, well, that's one way to wake up a person. We came to walking along the deserted corridor. Hey, come on, Tono. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm coming. I shake my still woozy head and follow Arihiko. Well, he was punched. Alright, you can go home by yourself from here. See you at the school tomorrow. Thanks. Sorry as always, Arihiko. Don't worry, pay me back in double in the future. Arihiko's answer isn't exactly a proper Japanese. Smiling really to himself, I decided to head back to my own house. I reached the intersection. It's still 7 in the evening, but there's no one around. I guess it's because of the killer. Few people go out at night. The only figure I can see now is the back of a woman, far away. Ah. A blonde? The distant woman seems to be a foreigner. Even from far away, I can see her golden hair ripping as she walks. Well, there goes the arc rate stuff. It draws my eyes after her. Even though I only see her from behind, I can tell she's beautiful. Suddenly my heart pounds loudly. My throat becomes inexplicably dry and parched. I break out a cold sweat. My head aches. It's not like the anemia earlier. Oh, so the one earlier was a Akiha stressful situation. Anyway, rather than fading, my consciousness becomes sharper. Yeah, I guess. That back. Watching the woman's golden hair, my head hurts terribly. My thoughts feel like they're melting into a haze. I follow behind her. And then, what am I going to do after that? The woman disappears into the group of apartments in the shopping district. Well, there goes the arcade route. There goes the near side route. Bye-bye. But this is the far side route. So, fuck off arcade. I have to follow. I don't know why, but I think that my legs move on towards the apartments. Before that, yeah, boy. So I have a feeling. Yeah. I think in the near side routes, Arkwright kills Satsuki without him ever knowing about it. Only for an instant. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the figure of Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka-san? My head becomes clear. Yumizuka. It was only for an instant, but without a doubt, that was Yumizuka. Was she going towards town? What's she doing out? At a time like this? I was so mad I didn't care if she disappeared or if she ran away from home. It's too dangerous for a girl to walk around town at night alone. Yumizuka walks through the crowded town. She's so far away, I'm not certain. But even if I'm mistaken her, I decided to run after her and tell her to stop. Wait! Yumizuka-san! I shout, chasing after her. Yumizuka glances back, as if she heard my voice. That face. There's no confusing it. The girl walking ahead of me is unmistakably Yumizuka Satsuki, and the expression of her face wasn't frightening. But I felt a chill run through my spine. Thump. My heart beats quickly. He's getting horny, basically. I mean, that's how the Tono thing, not the Tono thing, the Nanaya thing, manifests. If he can't put it into post clarity mode, he gets horny. Isn't that what happened to Arcreed's route, basically? Anyway, the back of my head becomes heavy and my throat burns. An ache assaults my head, just as if with the blonde woman earlier. What is this? It's weird. The inside of my body is burning. I feel dizzy as if I'm in the grip of a terrible fever. In that moment, Yumizuka begins to walk again. Wait. Yumizuka-san. Shit. What the hell's going on? Did they? Okay. I accidentally pressed control. Let me read this again. I call out running. Yumizuka walks on, not turning. Can't you hear me, Yumizuka? I urge my hot body onwards. But no matter how much I try, I can't catch her. No matter how fast I run, I can't catch up to her even as she walks. Something is strange. I know that, but I can't tell what it is. Right now, all I can do is follow Yumizuka Satsuki, and then I lose sight of her. Yumizuka Satsuki, whom I've been chasing without success, is nowhere to be seen. Shit. What the hell is going on here? I stop, catching my breath. My chest heaves deeply. Though I haven't realized until now, I must have been running for a long time. What time is it? Resting my hands on my knees, I glance up to the nearby store window. It's already midnight. He's been out for like 4 hours. I mean, he was been out for 4 hours just looking for Satsuki. Wow, can't be. I couldn't have been running for that long. It's hard to believe, but the clock is correct. Looking around, most of the shopping district is closed. I should go back. Even though I'm worried about Yumizuka, I feel like I won't be able to find her anymore. I chased her for almost 4 hours, calling her name all this time, but she didn't even respond. What was she thinking? With a big sigh, I decided to head back to the mansion. There is no one around here. The shopping district still had some people, but the way back to the mansion should be completely empty. The word serial killer runs through my head. Midnight. Walking through town alone. I might be an easy prey for such an attacker. A sound. Somewhere behind the building, there is a sound. I think it's the sound of someone falling. The back alley? The noise came only once. An eerie silence surrounds me. I have a bad feeling about this. Did someone collapse in the back alley? Did the wind just knock something over? Whatever it was, I probably shouldn't get involved. But is it because I was looking for Yumizuka a while ago? I feel like she's there for some reason. What should I do? There's no one around. The only help I can rely on is this knife Kokaku-san handed me this morning. He went to school with a fucking knife. I can imagine. Let's go around and look. Let me double check. Go around and look, as expected. I can't ignore my feelings. With a killer stalking around town at night looking for victims, I shouldn't be investigating suspicious sounds in the alleyways. But I still remember Yumizuka's smiling face from yesterday. There's no reason for Yumizuka to be there, but if she is, she might need my help. I'll never forgive myself if I just ignore this. Alright. Putting my hand in my pocket, there is a cold touch of iron. Even though I don't intend to use it, it's comforting to know that I am not unarmed. And if it comes to it, I have my eyes too. Sensei not to use them recklessly, but she'll find it acceptable if I use it against a killer. The sound. It came from here. Preparing myself to step into the alley. My heart pounds. The back alley is quiet. The noise came from an open area at the far end. The back of my head hurts, as if convulsing under the utmost strain. My racked spine hurts as if it's about to rip itself out of my body. Why is it? I can't think, yet my instincts shout at me. Don't go. Don't go any further. If you do, you won't be able to come back. But it's already too late. I step out of the back alley and into the open space. The weak voice is all I can get out. The back alley is a single sheet of crimson. Limbs are strewn across the garbage and rubble. Not the limbs of dogs or cats or the like. They are human limbs, blood dripping from the fresh meat and bone. The ground and the walls are painted with red blood. A heavy scent fills my nostrils, thick, like a red fog permeating my body and the choking smell of blood. A face on a severed head rolling down around with an expression of agony. A face shriveled like a mummy, split into halves. A face with both eyes gouged out, so distorted I can't even tell if it used to be a man or a woman. Unable to make a sound, I nearly gazed speechlessly at the corpses. No, they can't even be called human bodies anymore. Even a badly made sculpture looks better than this. There are 4 bodies. They roll around like scraps at the level over me. I gasp as shocked in the sea of bodies. In the back of my head throbs. My throat is perched. My breath burns like fire. My fingertips quiver and my mouth distorts. What is this? What is this world before my eyes? Red. Yes. Before my eyes, everything is that terrible color. But I merely stand. No screaming, no fear. Like the scene of an accident in a movie. I only stare at the back alley. Undoubtedly, this is how my mind is protecting myself. Otherwise, I would have gone mad. A corpse against the wall moves. No, that's wrong. It's not a corpse. It's not like the scrap hands and feet. It's a living human being with limbs attached. I see something out of place. In this ghoulish spectacle, the response to seeing someone alive is more of astonishment and happiness. But if he's alive, I have to help him. Hello? With my mind still paralyzed, I step forward the living figure. Putting it up from the sea, it raises its face toward me. A face like a dried out skull. I leap back reflexively, but the skull moves faster than I do. With the voice carrying out, he jumps at me. You. Hideous voice right next to me. Looking down, there is a large hole in the skull's throat, preventing him from speaking correctly. The dried up face, the dried up arm reaching for me. The throat of this bag of bones, vocal cords vibrate in the cord with a ghastly voice. Desperately, I try to tear him off me. He merely raises that ghastly voice and will not get off. Rip. Its fingers pierce my shoulder. Ow! My body arcs from pain. The fingers were like a sharp needle. It shreds my skin mercilessly, scoops out the nerves and flesh as it goes. The pain is so great that I can say nothing else. Though I try to tear him off, me screaming, he is too strong. Whatever I do, he does not move. With a creak, the skull's jaws open. The mouth opens wide enough to rip off my shoulder with a single bite, and he approaches my face as if saying, I don't want to die. Someone save me. I can't even say stop. The guy made only of skin and bones tries to bite my head, and suddenly he collapses. Awesome power vanishes. Bag of bones in the human's form crumbles to the ground and disappears. Softly, like a bad dream, it turns into ash and blows away. What the hell is this? Pain runs through my shoulder. My own blood flows down my back. The pain is real, so this must be real. A terrible nightmare. But it can't be a nightmare. It's not a dream. Tono-kun, it'll be dangerous if you stay there. Huh? I turn around and the voice behind me. At the mouth of the alley where I came from, I see Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumi... Zuka? Konbanwa? Fancy meeting you in a place like this, huh? As if we were immediately bumping each As if we were immediately bumped into each other in the mall. Yumizuka greets me lightheartedly. Yumizuka, you... What are you doing out at a time like this? Oh, just going for a walk. But what's Tono-kun doing? Killing so many people like this is bad, right? Yumizuka says with a light smile. Killing so many people? Huh? I look around me, and I remember the tragic scene I'm surrounded by. In the sea of blood, Tonoshiki stands against like a murderer, aghast like a murderer. No, this wasn't me. Of course. Oh, of course it was. Everyone's dead. Tono-kun's alive, so obviously Tono-kun must have killed them. No way! It just attacked me! I point at the monster that attacked me moments ago, but nothing's there. Even the ashes with the bones have been blown away by the wind. Ah! I swallow my breath. Yumizuka is chuckling. It's not. This wasn't me. My head is paralyzed and can only manage broken language. I understand. I can think clearly, but I can't put my thoughts into words. For example, why is Yumizuka at a place like this after running away from home? For example, why is Yumizuka laughing in the face of this tragic scene? Yumizuka-san, Yeah, I know. You just interrupted someone's meal. I'm sorry for sounding mean. I always act against my feelings, so I'm always acting like this to you. Yumizuka is still laughing. It's so inappropriate for the scene. I feel a chill. Yumizuka doesn't move from the entrance of the alley. Her arms are positioned strangely, as if she's hiding something behind her back. And looking closer, there are spots of something red on her sleeve. Yumizuka, you... What is it? Your face looks scary, Tono-kun. She laughs again. No. Somehow this girl cannot be Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka, why are you hiding your hands like that? Have I been found? I guess you're too observant to miss that, huh? I've always liked that about you, Tono-kun. Shiki-kun. Sorry. I'm so formal that I said Tono-kun. I remember she really likes Shiki. After emphasizing the Shiki-kun, she brings her hands out. Murder time, bro! Go! Both hands are dyed crimson, yet dry, not yet dry. The blood drips off them in red droplets. And proudly, Yumizuka Satsuki is smiling. Yumizuka, your hands. Yeah, I killed those people. What? Oh, but it's okay. I didn't kill them because I hated them. I just needed their blood to live, so I had to kill them. What is this? I don't really understand what Yumizuka is saying. You really killed them? Yumizuka? You wouldn't believe me even if I told you it's a lie, right? Or do you think it's impossible for a girl like me to do such a thing? Her voice laughs softly. I don't believe her. I don't believe her, but she is definitely not telling a lie. This tragic scene, that's all Yumizuka is doing. Why? Such a terrible thing. It's not terrible. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. There's nothing wrong with killing others in order to live. Is there, Shiki-kun? What? That's absurd. Killing is wrong. This is moral dude. No, it's not. But I did do one bad thing. Since today was my first time drinking blood, a little of my blood get back into them. Because of that, you got attacked, Shiki-kun. I'm sorry for getting you involved. But we're lucky. It died without being able to finish changing. What? What are you talking about, Yumizuka? It's okay if you don't understand right now. I don't really understand it myself yet, so I can't explain it very well. But I think after a few days, I can become like Shiki-kun. Like Shiki-kun, become a great... As she says so, her face distorts in pain. I really have to do that. Rasps an agony echo from her throat. Yumizuka chokes up blood. It hurts! I guess even when I'm hungry, I shouldn't just drink blood at random. If it's not good quality, beautiful blood, it won't agree with me. She breaks out in a fit of coughing. She chokes out blood with every cough. Yumizuka's body convulses. I don't really understand. All I know is Yumizuka's in terrible pain. That's all I can clearly understand. Hey, are you okay, Yumizuka? I ran toward her to take her hand. No! Don't come any closer, Shiki-kun! But Yumizuka's voice stops me. You mustn't. I'm not entirely okay, Shiki-kun. She speaks painfully, still vomiting red blood. Yumizuka, you... I don't understand. Why is Yumizuka in pain, or why is she like this? What the hell is going on? You said you killed those people, but it's a lie, right, Yumizuka? If you're in such much pain, shouldn't you be in the hospital? I'm fooling myself. Even though I understand Yumizuka brought about this tragic scene, I still lie to myself. Yumizuka, I'm coming over there, okay? I speak gently. That wasn't a gentle way of me speaking that. Whatever. When Yumizuka shakes her head in a violent refusal. Why? If you're in pain, we have to get you in the hospital right away. Shiki-kun, you're not getting it. You really never understand anything. Idiot. I told you before. I don't understand. Yeah, you did, didn't you? But you're still here. Yumizuka begins to pull away. It hurts, Shiki-kun. She breathes raggedly, coughing up red blood. It hurts. It's cold, and I'm scared. I really want your help right now, Shiki-kun. But it's too early. Saying that, Yumizuka straightens up again. Wait for me, okay? I'll go become a great vampire, then I'll come back and see you. Wait, Yumizuka! Man, this is so fucked up. I still feel bad for Sachin. I need to chill out for a second. I still feel bad for Sacha, man. It's so fucked up, bro. Just so fucked up, man. So fucked up, bro. All right, let's continue. Yumizuka is gone. Even as I start to run, her speed is inhuman, like that of a wild beast. Yumizuka, you. What happened to you? Really? Gah. My injured shoulder throbs. When I look back, the open space where all the limbs were scattered only left red blood. The faces, the organs, the hands and feet, they all turned into ashes like the skull did before. Shit. Angrily, I strike the wall. What the hell is going on? I bellow pointlessly, and the alley echoes my voice. The next thing I know, I'm at the gate of the mansion. The wound on my shoulder aches. The lights of the mansion are dark. Somehow I hadn't realized I would be coming back so late. Akiha will surely be angry with me. I think as I put my hand on the heavy doors. The lobby is empty. So what should I do? Even though my wound needs treating. Kohaku-san is probably asleep. Nissan? Akiha? I look up in the direction of the voice. Akiha is standing on the stairs. It is you. Coming back so late at night? Just what do you think? Akiha reaches the bottom of the stairs and her rebuke stops. Nissan, where did you hurt? Sorry, let me calm down here. All right, let's do this shit again. Nissan, where did you hurt your shoulder? Damn it. I had wanted to hide the wound, but it's too late now. No, this is... Never mind. Hold still. It is only your shoulder? Yes, but how you know? I can tell with all that blood in your clothes. I'll hear about it later, but right now, we'll treat it. Please forgive me, Nissan. Saying so, Akiha touches my shoulder. My body jumps at the only slight touch of Akiha's finger. I can't tell why. It appears that the wound is deeper than I thought. I'm sorry. Did it hurt, Nissan? No, I like to say I'm okay, but I guess I'm not. Even that touch is really painful. I see. If it's this deep, I think it is too deep, too much for Kohaku. I'll treat it, so please go into the sitting room. Wait, what? Did she literally just say, it's too much for Kohaku, but I can handle it? What? Like, if it's your first time, like, going through the story, you'll be like, what the fuck is Akiha saying? She's better than Kohaku in medical shit? What the hell? Phew. Turn on the sitting room lights and sit on the sofa. The wound on my shoulder hurts and begins to become unbearable. Sorry for making you wait. I'll treat the wound, so please relax. Akiha comes in holding a first aid kit. I don't think that would really help on this wound, but I guess I should at least get it disinfected. Akiha moves behind me and begins to treat the wound. Sorry. Begins to treat the wound. The uniform, damp with blood, is cut away with the scissors. Well, you're gonna get a new uniform, Shiki. The wound is exposed and disinfected. Ah! I clench my fist as the pain flashes through my body. But after that, the ache of the wound begins to fade. Akiha must be skilled in medical care, or perhaps the wound wasn't so bad to begin with. Basically, Akiha's healing him. After a few minutes, the pain completely goes away. Alright, we're done. I wonder how she hid the fact that she was healing him in some way. I expect a wound like that should be healed by morning. That's so bullshit, but you... so bullshit, man. You just know something's up with Akiha there. So bullshit. Akiha packs away the first aid kit. Somehow I'm surprised. I would have expected Akiha to ask where I got injured and to rebuke me for playing outside so late. You haven't asked, Akiha. I haven't asked about what? Well, you know, why I'm back so late, why I'm hurt. I blurted it out like a complaint. And after what happened with Yumizuka, I'm exhausted. And because I'm tired, I said such a thing. Neeson, I think I know the right order for things. Right now, the priorities tend to your injury. I see. Of course, I see. Oh, what kind of person do you think I was, Neeson? I'm not about to yell at someone who's hurt. You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you for everything. But let me actually... Fuck! You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you for everything. But even though you treated it... You're going to say you can't explain the situation, right? I don't want to listen to your excuses, but today is special. If you do not wish to talk about it, I won't inquire either. Is that okay? I came back so late at night. Certainly, I am curious about what might have happened to you. I trust you, and I have enough trust to believe you weren't doing something too dangerous. I don't know, man. He's injured. It's not too dangerous? Way to say it, Akiha. And I can't force someone to talk when they look like that. When they look like that. Tsundere mode. Sun mode, rather. No, there. Fuck it. It's like I don't know what Tsundere is. There, she's being there right now. Akiha looks away shyly. Look like that? Is it my expression that bad right now? I'll listen when you have recovered, Neeson. If you rest overnight, your health should improve. I feel awkward. I look away from Akiha. I'm glad she won't listen to me until I'm better, but I feel like I won't be able to talk about it even in the morning. In the end, I can't tell Akiha anything. I feel too guilty to even look at her in the face. Akiha, Oh, please. Don't keep making that face. I told you. I'll make an exception today. So go back to your room and rest, alright? I bet it's something you can talk to me about anyway. Having read my expression perfectly, Akiha turns and goes out to the lobby. I can only sit in the sofa and watch her leave. Suddenly I wonder, was Akiha waiting for my return? Of course she is. Is that somehow she appeared in the lobby so quickly? Akiha... What is it, Neeson? Thank you for treating me. I'm sorry for making you worry. Suddenly Akiha stops walking. And then she turns away. I wasn't worried about you, Neeson. If you have that much energy for flattery, you should be concentrating on taking care of yourself. That's so Cinderella. She was both. She was there and soon there. I don't get why. No, this is a classic pattern for Cinderella's, but I don't get why. Shouldn't it be, yeah, shouldn't it be there soon? Man. Okay, Cinderella sounds like a better term, but this is the usual pattern for Cinderella's. With a crash, she slams the door behind her. I really don't understand her, but I do understand that she was worried about me. Seems like I wasn't doing something too dangerous, huh? Akiha seems to believe me since she said that. But really, it was a frightening, dangerous scene. The body scattered in the back alley. The figure of Yumizuka, her hand stained red with blood. A chill runs through me just like a memory. I stand up taking care of my wound and return to my room. I change clothes and fall onto the bed. But if I close my eyes, I'll see the scene in the back alley. I killed all those people. Yumizuka said so, as if it were nothing. I needed their bodies. So she killed them, just like a vampire. Like a bad joke. Wait, okay. I'll go become a great vampire. I don't remember. What did Yumizuka say at the end? Huh? Sleepiness fills my body. Oh man, I'm getting tired. It's 12:30. I've been out all day and I'm sleep deprived, so I'm really feeling tired myself. Anyway, let's continue. I'll just keep reading until I just give up, you know. With Yumizuka's face still etched in my mind, I close my eyes slowly. Only one thing is clear. That Yumizuka told the truth, and she really did slaughter all those people. But even then, instead of fearing everything that happened, I'm more concerned about the one thing she said. It hurts. It really hurts, Tono-kun. There's something wrong with me. Yumizuka is really a murderer, but those words will not leave my mind. Inversion impulse tree. Nice. Let me take a little break. All right, let's continue now. A hot summer day. A blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. A waving breeze. A droning voice of the cicadas. The voice of the cicadas. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I'm not gonna read that, but you can imagine this. I'm imagining it right now. Sound of cicadas. So loud. I want to die. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing. As if the sun is right by my side, the clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. As if earlier the world became a frying pan. Oh shit. Yeah, considering I recently did the remake, the remake version is very fresh in my brain right now. I think even the scene versus scene is almost the same. Akiha is crying. A child lies collapsed at her feet. His white shirt is painted red with blood, and he doesn't move at all. I'm looking down at that. My hands are red, just like the child on the ground. No, that's not it. These hands are red with blood of that child. Akiha! The adults are coming. What in the world? The adults take Akiha away. The child lies there, dead. Alone by myself, the adults press the hands which killed the child to the ground. Did you kill him? The adults are yelling at me. They shout my name, the one who killed the child. 2 syllables, shouting as if they went crazy. Just those 2 syllables. The adults call me Shiki as my hands are stained with red. Oh, at this point, was this like a spoiler, or is this something that people already know at this point? I think the shell rot people already figure out that the one who was actually dead is Nanae Shiki. Huh. Shiki-sama, if you do not get up now, you shall be late. Please, wake up. Okay, this is me being so tired that I guess I'll just continue again tomorrow. I'm sleep deprived anyway. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll be continuing tomorrow's stream. I think I'll do Stray first tomorrow, then we'll do Tsukihime. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys on the next stream.